What's the word, YouTube? It's your boy Big Will, back with another episode of Life After Prison. Let's run it, man. What's the word, fam? You know who it is. It's Big Will. I'm gonna tell you a story about a case that I'll say I beat because I didn't have to do prison time for it. But I did. It's a fucked up case that I should have never even been arrested. I was innocent the whole case. Let's just say that. But it's a crazy story. So I was probably 22, maybe 23 years old. I want to say had to be around that 23 maybe. Anyways, I had gone out with my uncle to a nightclub, and we were out, having a good time and shit. And we met a bunch of friends out there and having a good time. We're all partying, dancing and stuff. I had used my brother's vehicle. My brother was hanging out with us, and he ended up leaving with a chick. And me and my uncle, he's a shitbag. Now he's still fucking family, but I write him off anyways. Any of you who know me know my Uncle Bick. He's just no good. But anyhow, we go out. We go down to the local nightclub down here. It's called the Regatta, and we're out having a few drinks and we're partying and stuff. And we meet up with a friend of mine, Chris McCure, and Davey Majors. And we go out and we're having the night comes down to an end and shit, and you fucking asshole, the night comes down to an end, you know what I mean? And we're leaving this nightclub, but I guess there was 4 dudes from Taunton that were inside the nightclub, and they were giving my boys a problem. So, we're all leaving, we're walking out of the place. These dudes are in their car. Well, my boy Davey and Chris, they end up running by us. They run to Davey's pickup truck. They both one grabs a pipe, one grabs like a big 2x4. These kids are in their car. There's 4 of them. They're from Taunton. They're coming around the underpass. Davey and Chris, they start like hitting the car with the pipes, right? Now all this is happening. There's all kind of people walking out of the nightclub. It's crazy. It's like everyone's just standing there watching it. I'm watching it. My uncle's watching it. They start smacking the car. As these kids hit the gas to try and just get away, they lose control and they hit the cement cylinders underneath the overpass. They total their car. Now there's people everywhere watching. Davey and Chris, they see, when they do this with this car, they take off. They go running. Me and my uncle, we walk away. We're walking away, but as we were walking away and shit, these kids were getting out of the car. You know what I'm saying? So they, and the crazy part is I have black hair, and my uncle has light hair. This guy Davey, he has black hair, and this kid Chris, he had light hair, right? Now we were all young at the time. We were all if you would have seen us from drinking, or it would be easy to misconstrue who you were seeing, right? Well, anyways, we see the fight, we walk in, we see the crash, we say fuck it, we're just mind our business. We go to get into my brother's truck. I'm driving at the time. As I'm driving, we back out of the spot, and these kids are getting out. They seen us getting into the car. They thought we were they thought we were the other 2 guys. So they start saying, "Hey, it's them." Well, when all this is happening, the crash, there's people screaming, the cops that were on detail at the nightclub, they come running out of the nightclub down the street, you know, to see what's going on. Then, you know, they're calling on their walkie-talkie, there's a fight, they need backup, there's an accident, blah, blah, blah. As we're backing out in my brother's Cherokee, they start saying, like, there they go, to us. The cop stands in the middle of in the street, he pulls his gun out and he's saying, freeze, to me. I'm like, they're talking to us? Back then, like I said, I was young, dumb, I didn't fucking think. Listen, I just punched the gas. I punched it, the cop was in the middle of the street, he had to jump out of the way, I shut my lights off, and I took off up the, off the overpass, right? I take off now, the cop calls out the plate, blah, blah, blah. The regatta where it's situated, it's in the north end of my city. I lived in the south end. So I come off the overpass, I go through the streets, I come down by South Main Street. I'm on Broadway, heading to South Main Street, down the south end where my brother lives. Now, they already knew his plate. They called in his plate, right? I just kept driving. Well, we get down from Columbia Street. We're driving on Broadway. They hit us right about, well, if you're from the area, you know where William Street is, where Bay Street ends. They hit us at William Street. Cops come from everywhere. I mean, they come from all different areas. They surround us. They pull us over. License and registration. I give them my license. They're sitting there. They're telling us, you know, just hold on. Asking us, you know, where we were coming. Yeah, listen, we're coming from Regatta. Listen, yeah, we saw a fight, and listen, it's not our business. Well, the cops come over. They handcuff us. Tell us they want to take us back to the scene. The kids are going to see if they can ID us. We're in the police car. I'm in one car. He's in another car. They drive us back to the scene. The kids they never took us out of the car. Never nothing. The kids just looked, yeah, that's them. They handcuff. They lock us up. Well, we get arrested. You know, we get arrested. We bail out, blah, blah, blah. Big bullshit. Long story short now. So now I get charged with assault and battery, 4 counts with a deadly weapon, a pipe. I get charged with attempted murder on a police officer, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, of motor vehicle on a police officer, assault and battery on a police officer. I never hit the police officer. He said he had to jump out of the way. He can feel the breeze, the wind from the truck blow by him. The truck rubbed up against him. All bullshit. I did step on the gas. I did shut the lights off, but I didn't almost hit him, right? If he didn't jump out of the way, would I have hit him? Probably. But listen, someone jumped out of the way and pulled a gun on me. I panicked, right? I was young. I take off. I go to court, right? We're going to court now. Fast forward a few months down the road, and you know it goes. So I tell my lawyer, listen, I want to take it to trial. Like, you know, there's witnesses, and these kids can't even ID me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the wrong person. It was not me that did it. I'm going to court the whole time, sitting right behind these kids. We go to the first court date. It gets continued. We go to the second court date. These kids show up. It gets continued again. We go to the third one. These kids don't show up. It gets continued to the fourth one. The judge is like, listen, they got to show up. They got to ID the kids. We go to court. They call my name. My lawyer tells me, when they call your name, don't get up. I'm going to challenge these guys to see if they can ID you. So I sit in the courtroom. My lawyer stands up. He tells the judge, Your Honor, my client's in the courtroom. Under my advice, I tell him don't stand up. You know, there's identification issue here. We believe the suspects have these victims have the wrong suspects, blah, blah, blah. Now, my uncle had already pled out to the case and took a year probation. He was the passenger. He wasn't facing no thing. All he had was assault and battery with the pipes on the kids. He took a year probation. That was it. As I'm going, we're at trial by a judge now, right? These kids can't ID me. Now I'm sitting right in back of them. You know, the lawyer, the judge, my lawyer asks the kids, Is this defendant in the courtroom? They're saying yes. They're saying, can you point them out? 4 different guys. No, I can't. While they say no, they can't, the police officer says he can. Well, he knew me. He knew who I was. He arrested me. When I was in the police, he was, I was in the tank. He was telling me, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you. You trying to run me over?" All this bullshit, right? And whatever, tough guy. Yeah, I'm of course, I'm in, I'm in the tank. Of course, you're gonna say that. Blah blah blah. Whole bunch of bullshit. The police say he can ID me, which he does. He IDs me. But since the kids can't ID me, now my lawyer's like, well, the cop can ID you. He pointed you out. Da da da. So, long story short, they end up offering me a 4-year probation with 2.5 suspended. And I pled out to the case only because they dropped the attempted murder from the cop. They kept it with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The 4 cases of assault and battery with the pipe got dropped because the kids couldn't ID me. So all I got charged with was just by the cop, and I ended up taking 4 years probation, and I pled out to a case that's something that I wasn't even involved in. Now you hear a lot about people saying, "Oh, why would you plead out to a case that you wasn't guilty in?" Because the cop ID'd me, okay? Because although I wasn't guilty of the fight and the pipes, I was guilty of punching the gas and trying to hit the cop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't intentionally try to run the cop down. I just hit the gas to take off. But I did hit the gas. I did punch it towards him in the middle of the street. I did take off when he was telling me to freeze and take off. And so call it how you want it. I was guilty of that. That's the only reason why I pled out to the case. And because they dropped the attempted murder, they dropped the 4 counts of assault and battery with a pipe, and all I had was assault and battery with a deadly weapon on a police officer, and I got 4.5 years probation. So sometimes it's good to plead out a case if you know you're going to get time. And I was looking at 5 years minimum there. So I pled out to the case, and it all turned out good. In a sense, it turned out good, except for the fact that from that case, I had never left probation. I was always in probation or jail from that case on until 2018, when I last got out of prison. So there was always probation for driving on a license, or drug charges, or assault and batteries, armed robbery. There was always something that I was in trouble in jail for, because I never could get off probation on that case, But just goes to tell you, when the cards are stacked against you, sometimes you're gonna make the wrong decision to make the right decision, and it works out. But again, these guys, stay out of trouble. The streets ain't good for you. Jail's no good for you. And this is your boy, Big Will. It's a lesson to be learned. Streets are no good. Do the right thing. If you got kids, you got a girl, raise a family, and you'll be alright. It's your boy, Big Will. Life after prison. It's getting dark out here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.